Some people represent the era in which they live. Others leave an era behind. Nikola Tesla belonged to the second group. He was born in July 1856 in the small village of Smiljan, within the borders of present-day Croatia, under lightning that pierced the sky. His mother said at that moment, "This child will belong to the light, not the darkness." Years later, these words would be remembered almost as a prophecy. Tesla's family was no ordinary family. His father was a priest, a disciplined, rule-bound man with powerful words. His mother was an illiterate woman whose mechanical intellect was admirable. She would disassemble and rebuild tools at home, designing small devices. Tesla always said that he inherited his imagination and passion for invention from his mother. Nikola was different even as a child. His visual memory was extraordinary. He could assemble a machine, a circuit, a system in his mind alone, seeing whether it would work before putting it down on paper. This ability would bring him both great power and profound loneliness, because he viewed the world from a perspective most people did not. Tesla's childhood was spent in close contact with nature. He watched rivers, winds, and storms. His interest in electricity began with the momentary flashes of lightning in the sky. For him, this was not just a natural phenomenon, but a mystery to be solved. In his youth, he began to have vivid hallucinations. Images, machines, and systems appeared before his eyes as if they were real. This sometimes frightened him, and sometimes propelled him forward. He would repeatedly work on an idea in his mind, correcting it down to its smallest flaw, and then turn it into reality. This was the foundation of Tesla's engineering. The mind came before the paper. Tesla went to Austria to study engineering. There he became acquainted with electrical engineering and was struck by the biggest question of the time. How should electricity be distributed to the world? The prevalent system at that time was direct current. However, Tesla thought this was limited and dangerous. Alternating current, in his opinion, was both safer and could be transmitted over much longer distances. But this idea seemed too futuristic to those around him. Tesla worked in Europe for a while. He worked for telephone companies and carried out projects in power plants. But nowhere was enough for him. His eyes were on the other side of the Atlantic. Because there was a man known as the King of Electricity, Thomas Edison. In 1884, Tesla arrived in New York. He had almost no money in his pocket. He had a few drawings and a letter of recommendation to Edison. The letter read, "I am sending you two great men. One is you. The other is this young man." Edison hired Tesla. At first, everything went well. Tesla improved Edison's systems, solved problems, and made machines more efficient. But the difference between them soon became apparent. Edison wanted results. Tesla wanted the future. Edison advocated direct current. Tesla advocated alternating current. This difference of opinion turned into one of the greatest technological wars in history. Edison wanted to spread direct current throughout America. Tesla, however, said it was both expensive and risky. Alternating current could be transmitted over long distances with much less loss. Tesla left Edison. For a while, he couldn't find a job. He worked on the streets, dug ditches, and did heavy labor. The once genius was now a worker. But he didn't give up. George Westinghouse entered his life. Westinghouse believed in Tesla's ideas. He supported alternating current. Together, they formed a partnership that would change the world of electricity. In 1893, at the Chicago World's Fair, thousands of lamps lit up simultaneously with alternating current. Night turned into day. People were fascinated. This moment was Tesla's triumph. The future of electricity was now clear. Tesla and Westinghouse's greatest achievement was the hydroelectric power plant built at Niagara Falls. The power of nature was transformed into city lights. Electricity was transported over miles. This was not just an engineering feat, but one of the turning points in human history. The world was no longer condemned to darkness. Tesla didn't stop there. His dream was a world without wires. A future where electricity and information would be transmitted invisibly through the air. He built a remote-controlled boat. People thought it was magic. But Tesla was taking the first steps in wireless communication. Then he began his biggest dream: the Wardenclyffe Tower. This tower was designed to send wireless and free energy to the world. According to Tesla, this was a revolution that would level the playing field for humanity. Rich or poor, everyone would have the same power. But for investors, this was a nightmare. Because free energy didn't bring profit. Funding was cut off. The tower was left unfinished. Tesla's dreams slowly crumbled. As Tesla gained fame, he became increasingly isolated. He lived in luxury hotels but had no friends. He was alone even at crowded dinner tables. He had obsessions. He had a particular interest in numbers, especially the number 3. He was afraid of germs. He avoided shaking hands. But his mind never stopped. He became attached to pigeons. He fed them, talked to them. It is said that he cried at the death of a pigeon as if it were the death of a human. The press began to see him not as a genius, but as a strange inventor. But Tesla still saw the future. He was said to be working on devices similar to radar systems, wireless data transmission, and even energy weapons. Some called him the Death Ray. His money ran out. His supporters left. His name began to fade. While Edison and other inventors grew rich, Tesla lived in debt in hotel rooms. But he didn't complain. He was after humanity, not money. In 1943, he quietly passed away in a New York hotel room. No one was with him. He had almost no money in his pocket. But he left behind an era. After his death, government officials entered his room. His notes and documents were collected. This event gave rise to endless conspiracy theories about Tesla. According to some, there were secret weapons, according to others, projects that would change humanity. The truth may never be fully known. The electrical grids, wireless communication systems, and the modern world of technology we use today are built upon Tesla's dreams. But he never had the chance to see it. Nikola Tesla was more than an inventor. He was an idea. A possibility. A future. Perhaps his greatest tragedy was this. He could see the future. But he couldn't live in it. When we turn on a light today, when we send a signal, when invisible waves travel through the air, somewhere, his vision still lives on. Nikola Tesla was the man who brought light into the darkness. And the world was a little too late to understand him.